Well, hey, neighbor, come on in. It's time for our neighborhood chat, our live chat. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? I hope everybody's good. Let me find us on YouTube. Let me find us on the YouTubes. I am doing good today. Doing good. I, we'll wait and see if anybody comes in. I don't know where everybody is. We'll just wait and see. I'm writing down the names of the people that's going to make my uh, number 4 gossip video. Oh, hey, Krista. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. It's Thursday. It's time for our neighborhood live chat. Hey, Auntie Mama. Auntie Mama, did you go over and watch the video where I gossiped about you? Which one were you on? Were you on number 2? No, I think you were on number 3. uh Third gossip video. You doing okay today? Oh, you're good, Krista. Good. I got in the shower, washed this mop of mine. I had to wash my hair this morning. I'm so glad you did, Auntie Mama. So glad you did. I got a number 4 coming out. Oh, hey, Pamela. Welcome in, sweetheart. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Oh, that's good. Did you get your car fixed, Auntie Mama? Was it the battery? For some reason, I could not get awake this morning, Auntie Mama. I was in your live. I was in there, but I kept dozing back off. I couldn't get awake. And I heard you say something about you didn't know if you were going to go to work because your car. You thought it was your battery? Is it your battery? Look, James had to buy a battery for his truck not too long ago. And that battery was over $200. Yeah, $200 for a battery. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I figured $90 to $120 maybe. And James said, "You're living back in the early 2000s." I don't know. I guess because I don't go out and shop like I used to because I don't drive. I don't realize how high prices are because I order our food from Walmart, and James goes by and just picks it up. But I never really go in the store and see the prices of things. I don't do that. And if I need something to wear or if I want to buy some gift or something, I usually buy it on an auction here on YouTube. So I don't go shopping for that. I've done all the Christmas shopping for my grandbabies on YouTube. I've done all the Christmas shopping for them. My battery is great. I had it tested. Oh, so is it the starter? Maybe it's the starter. Hey, Bud Files. How are you? Welcome in. Thank y'all for coming in today. So glad y'all are here. So the battery's good, so it's got to be something else. No, she said it was the battery post. Oh, the battery post. Okay, well, that's not bad. Let's see what she said. Oh, it was the battery post. I see it now. I thought she was talking to Krista and Pam, just saying hello. I didn't read all that comment. Got you. So today is Thursday. Can y'all believe it? It's already Thursday. And we're going to my sons on the 18th and 19th and 20th to help them move into their new home. Their house is complete. And they're going to do closing on their new house and closing on their old house that they sold. They sold the home they're in now. They're selling it. They're going to close out on the 18th. And then after they close, they got 48 hours to vacate the property. So we're going to go down there and help them move. Uncle Daddy replaced him and it fired right up. All right. That's what I like to hear. You know, those battery posts can get corroded and stuff like that, and it won't be able to get to the battery to make the battery work. You have to either clean the battery post or replace them. You know, you have to do one or two things. I'm so glad that you got it fixed, Auntie Mom. That's great. Being without a car is horrible. I mean, it is horrible. Hey, Austin, how are you? Oh, welcome in, everyone. What am I going to do this weekend? James he starts nights tonight, but he only works 4. So that's Thursday night, Friday night, Sunday night, Monday night. He works 4 nights. I know, Auntie Mama. I know. Having car trouble. We just had to replace the transmission in James's truck, which was $7,100 out of pocket. Oh, Austin, I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing good, Austin. Awesome. Yeah, and then we've had a couple of things hit us this year. You know, our air went out in June. Hey, Nora. Welcome in. There's the cool kid of the block. You know, back in the summer, our air conditioner went out, the fan. That was $1,700. And then James's transmission went out in his truck. That was $7,100. So we've been having a lot of expense, but that can be expected. You know, when you have something for so long, you can guarantee it's going to wear out. It's going to tear up. Even if you take care of it, it's going to wear out. It's going to mess up. So we've had some unexpected expenses this year. But it can be expected. That's why you got to put a little money back just in case something happens. There's my twin, Claudette. Hey, Claudette. Love you, girl. Go over there and check some of these channels out. Nora, the Stock Explorer, and Auntie Mama. They have good channels. The Bud Files. You want to check them out. Claudette's speaking to everybody. Stock said, hey, Buddy Files. There's Brittany. Hello, Brittany. How are you? So I'm glad that Tuesday's over with. New episode out of Scratching with Strangers, episode 11. Nice. Do you have that link, Nora, that you can put that down in the chat? There's Pam. So good to see you, Pam. I hear that you and y'all had fun at CJ's at Halloween. I wish I could have been there. I'm doing good, Austin. I'm doing good. Yeah, Claudette's good about it. Brittany, I'm doing good. I can post it. All right, good. There is my brother from another mother. I just got off the phone with him. He and I talk, and I hadn't heard from him in so long. We hadn't been able to get together and have a chat, and I was missing him. And I was like, my brother's got a call. I got to talk to him. I just love him. And he called today. So we had a nice little chat. I love you, CJ. You have a good day. And Pam's a real good friend of ours. Yeah, Pam's in here. Christina, my sister. How are you? She does the win and walk. Wait a minute. Is that a different Pam? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm saying, oh, that's Pam's Treasures. That's my friend Pam Treasures with Josie. She and the other Pam have the same icon. My glasses aren't doing good. Yep, that's Pam Treasures with Josie. She's a darling. She's a darling, as we in the South say. She and Josie are going to have a sale tomorrow. Pam, you can drop that link if you want to, or you can get Claudette to do it. Yes, that's right, CJ. I'm losing it. Forgive me. I've lost it. Where is Pam McLean? I haven't seen her in here in a while. Yeah, that is the wrong Pam. I'm losing it. Y'all just have to forgive me on that. Anyway, I hope y'all exercised y'all's right to vote Tuesday. That's all I'm going to say. We're not getting into how it ended up, what happened, who did what, why did what, whatever. Just as long as you exercised your right to do what you wanted to do that day. That's what matters. We still have that freedom here in this country that we can do that we can choose who we want to lead our country. So, you know, get mad, get glad, get sad, jump up and down, do whatever. It is what it is. We need to all just look at it like it was a choice. And if you don't agree with the choice, then it'll be over with in 4 years. And what's 4 years? I mean, when you get older, 4 years is nothing. They finance vehicles longer than 4 years now. You can do automobiles up to 7 years financing, which I think is just crazy. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Claudette. Speaking of financing a car or a truck for 7 years, you know, as soon as you drive a car off the lot, it depreciates in value. You're never going to get what you paid for it, no matter how nice it looks. Once you drive it off the showroom floor, it's done. It starts depreciating and it just keeps going down. But for some reason, when these guys start to work where James works, and they're there over there, what do you call it? They're the time where they have to stay there in order, you know, during 3 months they can get fired, probationary period or something. And once they get past that and they know they're going to get really hired on, they just start doing crazy stuff like going out and buying $70,000 trucks. Now, can you imagine? If I had $70,000, I wouldn't go out and buy a brand new 4-wheel drive truck. I know that's not my thing, okay? But these young guys that's working with James goes out and buys these $70,000 4-wheel drive, and for some reason, a 4-wheel drive is supposed to be, I don't know, a statement. You know, I don't know. Whatever. James has always had a 4-wheel drive, and I've never really understood it, but that's what he wanted, and we was always able to afford it, so that's what he got. But we never bought a brand new one. No, I mean, he's not going to be married to me and pay $70,000 for a brand new four-wheel drive truck, and that may be cheap. I don't know what they're going for now. I mean, they could be going higher than that. I don't know. But hey, Templin Acres, how are you? But I have had one brand new automobile my entire life, and it was an Impala, and I loved it. James loved it because it would go really, really fast. I traded that Impala in and got an SUV, which James hated that I traded that Impala in. But that was the only brand new car that I had that started off with like a mile on it. It had a mile or maybe 3 miles on it. And so I kept it for a while, and then I traded it in and got an SUV. We needed an SUV. Oh, both our children were playing sports, and we could put, if we got an SUV, we could put out their the bags that they carried, their bat and their glove and their gym bag thing. We could carry all that in the back, and their book bag when I pick them up for school. You know, it was just going to be more room in an SUV. Oh, y'all excuse me. Ever since James and I stayed up all night during the election Tuesday, we didn't go to sleep till about 3 o'clock the next morning, which was yesterday morning, Wednesday morning. I haven't caught up on my sleep because of that going on. But anyway, I don't see how anybody can pay that much money for a brand new vehicle. I just don't see it. Everybody speaking to each other. Then next Friday, our junk journal sale on oh, okay. If Josie comes in, she can drop that link. That is one y'all don't want to miss. Their junk journals. Awesome. They do great with their junk journals. Susie Woozy, welcome in. How are you? Susie Woozy does the doghouse with Dawn. Southern Finds. I think they were at Susie's this morning. I think they were. Susie can let us know. Hey, Wildflower, how are you? Oh, mostly just listening. Have my headphones on at work, but not able to keep up with the chat. Okay, we'll be really quiet, Templin. Templin's at work now. Nobody shout out. Claudette's dropping those links. Thank you so much. Nice, Austin. Nice. You getting on up there. There's Lisa. Hey, Lisa. How are you? Welcome in. I don't know if Lisa's like this or not, but I put a lot of y'all excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so bad. Y'all, I put a lot of emphasis on numbers. You know, all numbers have meanings. When you see a number, if you look at a clock and you see a number and it says 333 or 444 or 555, or it's the same number all the way across, I always look that number up online and see what that number means, so you can pay attention, because by doing that, it wants you to pay attention to your surroundings. When you come up with a number that is familiar to you, like the number 17 and the number 30, if I see that number, I automatically just stop and look around and say, okay, what do I need to be looking for? Because that's our specific numbers for our family, is 17 and 30. I don't know if y'all have specific numbers for yourself or your family, but more often than not, those two numbers come up in our life, is 17 and 30. That's the numbers. Got to go pick up the kiddos. Have a wonderful rest. Okay, Brittany, you be careful. Yeah, y'all were in your doghouse. They were over at Susie's this morning. But I could not keep my eyes open. I always wanted a pickup but couldn't afford it, so I married John. He bought me a new one back when we first started dating. Oh, nice. You know, my grandfather taught me how to drive a standard with his little Toyota truck. Okay, he had a little small truck. James has never owned a small truck. He's already always had the bigger truck, you know. And I've never liked to drive a 4-wheel drive. I do not like to drive a truck. To me, it feels like a school bus or something. And now a little Toyota truck. I don't, or Chevy Love. I don't even know if they still make Chevy Loves anymore. Um, I used to drive them, and I don't mind. But those big, like 4-wheel drive F-150s, didn't that sound like I knew what I was talking about? I do not even know what that means. But it's supposed to be like if you have a 4-wheel drive F-150 Silverado with blah 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 blah. You know, it's supposed to mean something. I just need something to get me from A to B without having a flat tire or my vehicle tearing up. You know, I'm not one of those women that's always had to have a new car every year or every other year. I'll just run the wheels off one before I even change. It doesn't have to look great. Claudette will drop your link, Austin. She'll drop it. Make a wish on 1234 and 234. See numbers. See Claudette says mine's 22. I see it I saw it everywhere for years. See, y'all know that my son and 2 grandbabies were born on December the 30th. Okay, that's the 30th. Haley's birthday is April the 30th. Her sister's is May the 30th. Then on the 17th, you have my birthday's May 17th. James's is July the 17th. His mother's was August the 17th. Um, it's just 17 and 30 are just all the time showing up in our life. When I moved into my place, the parking spot that I was issued AD, and still have is number 11. Last night I slept in the recliner. I fell asleep in the. Okay, I'm not judging you on that, Susie, because I have actually had to sleep in my recliner, like full blown. That's where I ended up, and I couldn't get in the bed. So when I had my shoulder surgery, when I had surgery on my shoulder, I slept in a recliner for 3 months because I couldn't lay flat down on the bed, because when I did, it pulled my arm like this, and it pulled like where they did the surgery, which is this arm, and it would pull on it, and I couldn't get eased off. I couldn't get easy, so I had to get up, get in a recliner, and sit up to sleep. 11 viewers. Susie said, I was just driving my husband's truck today. Oh, James didn't ever really want me driving his truck. No, he knows that my backing up skills, for one thing, it's not good. All right, 2 things has happened since James and I've got married to cause him not to trust my backing up skills. Now, this is just 2 that are really bad, but there's been other incidences. But the first one was I was in our, there was, all right, let me just say this. There was a truck that I needed to get in our driveway to go to work. I didn't know James had parked my car behind that truck. And the truck was up. And I don't know why I was going to work in the truck that day. I have no idea. Or it might have been the SUV that we had. I don't remember. So I put the car, whatever I was in reverse and start to back up and hit my car behind where I was trying to back up because I didn't realize it was there. Obviously, I didn't look, or I looked and I didn't see it. I don't know. But I hit it, like put damage to it. That's how hard I hit that vehicle. And then one time, James and I were coming home from the casino at Vicksburg, and his alternator went out. So we had to have my brother-in-law, he was still alive at that time, he and my sister come pick us up. Well, they pick us up, get us home, and the next day we have to go back and get the truck. So I'm in our SUV, which is a Jimmy, and James wants me to go down and turn around and come back to where his truck is, because they're going to jump it off. He wants me to line up with it so I can use the jumper cables and jump it off. Well, there's one light pole in this whole field. It's like an open field. And it's just like you can just drive away in this field and not hit anything. Well, I back up and I find that one pole in that field. And I hit it and messed the back of the vehicle up. And James is like, only you could find that one pole in this big space and hit it. Only you could do that. But I don't do well backing up. That was my quick sighting. Lisa says she loves trucks. It's not too large, but if you accelerate, you can do 80 in a wink. They'll get up and go. Claudette says, I love big trucks too. That's how I was. I loved my car. I bought it when I had neck surgery. So I couldn't lay flat. I had drains in back of my neck. Ooh, that cannot be fun. Thank you, Claudette, for dropping those links. I bet I could find it too. You used to back up into things. I don't do well. My backing up skill. I've gotten better. Now, this is what's going to be funny. I've gotten better about backing up using my wheelchair and my scooter. I've learned I do backing up better than I ever have. But what you have to understand is I didn't have any reason to use backing up skills when I was first learning how to drive. I mean, I would drive around the block, and park another way instead of having to back up because I didn't want to back up. I would go the extra mile to stay going straight than to back up. And I never would practice, just like parallel parking. Now, we had to parallel park when we went to get our driver's license. I don't think they have to do that now. But in order for us to get our driver's license, we had to parallel park. Okay, that's the only time I ever in my entire life remember parallel parking is when I had to pass it for my test. Other than that, I avoid it. I avoid parallel parking. I don't want to parallel park. I don't want to do it. Don't care about it. I used to walk 3 miles before I'd parallel park. I will not parallel park. Hey, Jane. Welcome in. Welcome in, y'all. I don't know if I don't know if women are like that. So I didn't like the backing up. And I don't have any sense of direction. Like, don't tell me to go up 55 and go northeast to I-17 to blah, blah, blah. No. You tell me, okay, there's going to be a blue house about 4 miles from where you need to be. It's going to be off to your right. You start giving me landmarks. You don't start giving me go northwest on 55 and due north and no, don't start talking to me like that. Hey, Jane. You had the best parallel teacher? The teacher to teach you to parallel park? I learned to drive in New York City. Parallel parking was a daily... No. See, that's why I can't live in a big city. Like Tuesday, on the news, you saw all these polls where people were going to cast their vote. and they were backed up forever. Me, guess what I got to do? James pulls me up to the place where I vote, goes in and casts his vote. Then two guys come out to my automobile because they had to have a witness. Bring the ballot out to me. I sign my name and everything, and I vote sitting in the car. Didn't even make me get out and go in because they know I'm handicapped and they know I'm not able to do that. And James didn't put my wheelchair on the back of the vehicle. I said, just drive up there. They'll let me vote. But we didn't have to stand in line or anything. It wasn't a big line. We don't live in that big of a place for it to be a line. James said, I know, right? Ray could parallel park anything. I know it. And see, James always would tell me, I cannot believe you did that. And I'll say something about his driving, and he'll say, I've driven more miles backwards than you have forward. Why are you trying to tell me how to drive? Because I've got more miles backwards. And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not going to say a word, but when you get hit, don't look over at me and ask me why I didn't say anything to you about moving over or that car's coming, or I'm just going to sit here and just let it happen. But James, he's gotten better, but he's not a defensive driver. James is an offensive driver. He's one of those people that you got to look out for when you get on the road, because he's wanting to be zooming in and out of traffic, trying to let it be a NASCAR, let moving behind this one, coming out this way, and see what really, oh yeah, he does have a left foot. He sure does. So, James would go, if it wasn't for me calling him on it, he would do 90 all the way to Jackson to my doctor's office. If I wouldn't say anything about him going that fast, he would do it. He would do 90 and be sad because it's not going fast enough. Me, I'd be sitting over there holding on to the handle right here, telling him to slow down. What's your hurry? That's what I always say. I'd rather get there late than not get there at all. If we have a wreck, we're not going to get there at all. We're going to either go to the hospital or we're going to not be here anymore. It's one or the other. But James, his driving it's crazy. It is crazy. For some reason, James don't want people to get ahead of him on the interstate. Like it's some kind of race or something. And it's not a race. It's not a race at all. And then you got crazies out there that they'll do anything. It's 3:33. Make a wish. Right. Hey, Leon. How are you? Welcome in. How are you doing, Leon? So, how many of you all are on StreamYard? How many of y'all do StreamYard? I know Christina does YouTube. I do YouTube when I go outside to go live. Of course, I can't do it on StreamYard, not that I know of. I don't know how to do it on my phone. I don't know how to do StreamYard on my phone. But I can get the free version, and as much as I only use it for my live on Thursday, and if I wanted to invite somebody up, but you have like 20 hours of free time on StreamYard before you have to start paying for it. And I don't use that many hours anyway. But they went up to like $40-something a month, and a lot of people are trying Restream. It's like StreamYard, but it's called Restream. And Nana Tink and Victoria are trying that out. And I don't know. I'm old school. Once I learn something, I don't want to go to something else and have to learn it. We talked about this last week. I'm an iPhone person. That's just what I started out with. If I would have started out with a Galaxy or is it a Galaxy? What kind of phone is it? It's the iPhone, and they don't do the Android anymore, do they? Susie said, I do the free StreamYard. I think that's what I'm going back to. The only thing you can't do, you get 20 hours a month unless they changed it. And you can't do, you can bring people up on your panel. You can have so many. But you can't do like a private StreamYard. Like if I wanted to send Susie the link and us just do a StreamYard without anybody seeing either one of us and just talk, you can't do that on the free one, I don't think. I don't think you can. Hey, Casey, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, Leon, get some rest if you've been out all day. Casey, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for dropping the links, Claudette. I just love you for that. Android operating system for Samsung Galaxy. Oh, got you. Got you. See, that's just how not smart I am on phones. Like, really, this is too much phone for me. Okay? What this phone will do, I will never use it for what it will do. I mean, this is a 13, an iPhone 13. And before I had this, I had a 6. And I was perfectly happy with that 6. But the camera on this phone is better than the 6. And I told James, I said, I don't need a 13. I do not need an iPhone 13. I'm not going to utilize it. I'm not going to use it for what people would use it for that know computers. So guess what he got me for Christmas? He goes down there and he gets him a 10 and he gets me a 13. And I said, well, why didn't you get me a 10? Because at our age, we don't utilize a computer or an iPhone like it needs to be utilized. You know, it don't happen. I was doing live stream and I gave it up and I don't know when I will be back. You'll be back, Leon. You'll come back. You just needed a little rest. I can understand that. I sometimes talk to Dawn before the live show. From yours, Susie, from your StreamYard, you talk to her? I may have read that wrong then. You can have a private chat. I'm not sure. Oh, on StreamYard. Okay. Susie said, I'd rather have the iPhone. My husband loved his iPhone 6. I still have it, and I'll charge it up. And it doesn't have, I can use my Wi-Fi with it here at the house, or if I go somewhere that has Wi-Fi, I can watch YouTube or anything on it, but I can't use it as a phone because our phone is not hooked up to it. It's hooked up to this one. So I was supposed to get a new computer before our air conditioner went out, and we had to buy a transmission for James's truck. So I was right on the verge of purchasing a new computer. So this camera would be better, because that's why I want another computer, because it has, the one I want has a better camera. Because if y'all watch my videos, y'all notice that my videos are more clear than my live chats. Well, the reason that is because I'm on this older computer and it doesn't have good color. You know what I'm saying? But my phone, when I go live on YouTube with my phone, because it is an updated, let's just call it a computer, because that's what an iPhone is, it shows better, you know. But I hadn't been able to get a new computer because every time I go to get a new computer, something huge breaks down in our house. Like we had to get a dishwasher this year. We had to get a new fan for our air conditioner for our central air. We had to get a transmission for James's truck. So we just had a lot of expense. So I hadn't been able to get my new computer. I still have iPhone 8. I don't need more. I know. I know. I'm with you, Claudia. I am with you. I know. I have a Samsung Galaxy 20. See, when you start off with Galaxy, you love Galaxy because you learn that operating system. Well, I learned the operating system of an iPhone, and I don't. Okay, I'm 57 years old. I don't want to learn anything else. I know that sounds so bad. Too many bells and whistles. My iPhone 11 is good enough. I know, Christina. I know. It's just crazy. I made her an administrator, and we can both go in. Oh, okay, okay. I have a Samsung Galaxy because of the camera, but I'd like another phone with a better camera. Yeah, that's one reason James upgraded mine is because I have this YouTube channel. And he said, well, if you go to this 13, the camera's going to be even better. Which the camera on the iPhone 6 was great to me. But this one is a little sharper. I gotta admit. But at one time, okay, get this. At one time, I thought I wanted a GoPro. I really thought I wanted a GoPro, but I have never gotten one. But I got a extra camera when I was doing auctions. You know, the little camera that sits over here to the side where you can show different, like your jewelry and everything. Okay, when I stopped doing auctions, I stopped using that camera. I mean, it wasn't even but 2 months old, and I hadn't used it since, you know? So when I make a purchase, I want to make sure that I'm going to use what I purchase. I don't want to just keep buying stuff and not use it, not utilize it. I just don't want to do that. They are user friendly. They are, Susie. I really do like the iPhone because if I can understand it, anybody can understand. And look, you can give a phone. Look, I'm not kidding you. You can give my phone to Berkeley, and she knows her way around it. She's not even 4. She'll be 4 in December. That child knows her way around a computer, and she's not even 4 years old. Taylor is starting to give Lincoln her phone to play with. Just like holding his hand. She'll lock it, and she'll hold it in her hand. Or either she'll put it on Miss Rachel or Bluey or something like that and let him watch on her phone. I mean, they come here with a phone in their hand. I mean, I didn't get a cell phone that was really, really nice. Oh my gosh, I had to be in my 30s. But that's when they came out. It wasn't like we had them before then. I remember I had a bag phone in my car. One of those phones that you put in a bag inside your vehicle. I had one of those. And then I had one mounted on the little dash part at one time. Then all you could do was call out, people call in. But it was nothing like the phones today. Nothing. I need the 4-year-old to explain the phone. I know, Susie. It's crazy, and they come here so smart. I had I had both the Samsung and now the iPhone for a few years, and I wish I'd stayed with the Samsung. Much more user friendly for me. I know a lot of people say that, Claudette. I have a cousin that has the Galaxy, and he loves it. Loves it. They designed the iPhone to be more user friendly item, but I hate Apple's planned obsolete obsoleteness. I don't know. I didn't pronounce that right. Obsoleteness. Um, but there is so much knowledge out there that there is so much this phone will do that I don't even use it for that. There is no telling what this phone will do that I don't even know about, that I haven't even looked up, that would probably save me time. But I'm so old school. Just like this, for instance, I don't know if y'all do this. All right, when I make a list of stuff I need, all right, right now, let me explain something to y'all. Okay, y'all see this right here? This is what I live by, is a calendar. But I could easily do this on my phone, but I won't, because I got to have a paper copy, because that's the generation that I was brought up in. Taylor, my daughter, she will not do this. She will not do this. She uses her phone for everything. Everything. Me, I've got calendars every year from the time I was in my 20s until now. That's how I grew up, on a paper calendar. Now I can't switch over to the phone. Um, Jane, I hate that the batteries are designed for no more than 4 years, but there are places that can replace 4 years for what? I've never had a battery go bad on an iPhone. Never. I hardly use my phone, just for groups on Facebook and Marketplace and Messenger. Hey, Lori, my friend. Welcome in. Even their products have no software support after time. I still like booklets for jotting things down. I know, it's just the generation. And Taylor will say, Bob, why don't you just put it on your phone? Why have you got to write it down? Well, that's what I do. That's the way I was brought up. Writing stuff on a calendar, keeping up with stuff on a calendar. That's what I know. Hey, Josie. There's my beautiful friend, Josie. If y'all haven't went over and watched her unboxing video, it never ceases to amaze me. You say, oh, I've seen one of them, I've seen them all. That's what you want to kind of say to yourself when you want to start watching these unboxing videos that Josie does with jewelry. You kind of want to say, well, jewelry's jewelry, and if you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. No. That's not the way this works when Josie does those unboxings. She has, I don't know who she gets her jewelry from that she sells. I don't know who her person that provides her jewelry. And but she sends her some remarkable things. And oh my goodness, I can see why Josie wants to keep most of the stuff. I really can. Welcome in, Josie. I'm so glad you're here. We're talking about old school. Before long, Josie and I are going to do a. She mentioned this the other day on her Saturday sale that she does. She wants she and I to do another live together and come up. So I've been thinking about it, and you know what? And I got to get with Josie on this, but I would like for Josie and I to kind of do a show periodically about life, and about what life throws at you, and how to maybe through our eyes deal with it. Because a lot of times I watch this lady. Okay, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me calm down. There's this channel that I watch, and she's a real nice lady. And bless her heart, she lives by herself. She has 2 little dogs, and she had a son that got that passed away when he was 36. She doesn't have any she has grandchildren, but she's never met them. And she just lives, she's divorced, I think, doesn't have a husband. She has an ex-husband. But anyway, she come on last night and said that she was very depressed. She had been staying in her room with the blackout curtains, and she just hadn't been able to get out of the funk. This time of the year, some people get really depressed, when it gets closer to the holidays. And she was talking about things that's happened during November that really get her down. And I felt really, really bad for her, because she says she doesn't really have a close friend. She has YouTube. And I got to thinking, if Josie and I could do like not every week, not even every month, but like quarterly, do a live show that dealt with just how we deal with life, getting older, and how we keep our spirits up, and how we do get down, but we know we have to keep going and stuff like that because, I really felt sorry for this lady that she come on YouTube and was expressing that she just was really in a way that she couldn't even do a video, that she didn't feel like that she was worthy enough to have a friend, really, is what she was saying. And I was thinking, oh no, don't even say that. Don't even say that. But people get on YouTube to meet other people, to have friends, to because a lot of people don't have family. Just like this lady, she don't have any family. And then some people have family that they don't even want to have anything to do with. And thank y'all for coming in. So, and Josie always explains things in a way because, and I know y'all are all familiar with Josie that's in this chat now. She's lived through it, so she can explain it in layman's terms. You're a good teacher when you can explain something to somebody on their level. Now, if you ever had one of those teachers that tried to show you how smart they were, and they started speaking to you in this high, this language that you didn't really understand, saying these big words, using this language that you were like, wait a minute, what does that word mean? What is she talking about, or he talking about? Okay, that's not a good teacher. A good teacher and leader is one that can, wherever level that person is on that they're speaking to, that they can bring it down to their level and explain it to them and they understand it. That's when you know you have a good teacher. In school, that was some of my greatest teachers, are the teachers that would come down on our level instead of trying to make themselves look like they knew it all and they could speak 3 languages. Well, what does that mean? You can speak 3 languages, but if I don't understand the language, I haven't learned anything. You've just shown me what you know. You haven't taught me anything. So Josie's a good person that can just explain it in layman's terms, like really get down to, not saying that everybody in here is not smart. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying get down on the level that the person's on, and so, because the first time Josie and I had a live together, we asked each other questions, but Ella and I already do the Keeping It Real, which is going to be this Sunday. Y'all don't forget, this Sunday, Ella and I Keeping It Real. It's 5 Eastern, 4 Central, and we cover topics that are real sensitive. So I really don't want to cross over that when Josie and I do a chat. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like mine and Ella's, like Keeping It Real. I want it to be more like a safe place, like people come in and they just want to get a pillow and get on the couch and get a blanket, and it's for them to feel safe, and it's somebody up there telling them that they're worthy and they matter, and that that they can do it, and that they can whatever they set out to do they can accomplish, and kind of encourage her. That's kind of the thought I had about mine and Josie's when we did a show together next time, is to be someone to encourage someone that's really down. Because when you've been through enough hardship, you know how to be empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Not sympathetic, because sympathy is saying, "Ooh, I feel so bad for you, but I'm glad it's not me." Well, empathy is, "Oh no, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I feel your pain." That's what empathy is. But sympathy is more like, "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry it happened to you, but I'm so glad it didn't happen to me." That's the way I distinguish the two. But oh, Josie said, Angie, I already see we're on the same page. Oh, right. Josie and I think a lot alike. We do. We think a lot alike, which is scary sometimes, because if she and I get on the same panel together and we go with one subject, it's no telling what's going to happen. That's going to be the scary thing. But I wouldn't want to do it every other, like Ella and I do it every other week. I would like for Josie and I to do it like every couple of months. We could do it every quarter. You know how some companies have a report that comes out quarterly, because Josie is a very busy person. I mean, she can't have another show come out because she already puts her channel up there for people to have auctions on. She has unboxings. She does junk journals. She does her own auctions. She does 2 during the week with Pound Treasures, and don't forget to go over and visit Pound. She's a beautiful person. And then she does one by herself on Saturday, which the one on Saturday, she kind of gets off track because we get into these conversations about life, which is really cool. And that's where this idea came from me, because people feel so comfortable in Josie's chat on Saturday because it's just like people say about my videos, neighborhood chat videos. They just want to get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever and drink and listen. Well, that's kind of the way I feel like on Josie's Saturday auction. You just want to get you a snack and a drink and come in there and just listen because everybody starts saying, oh, this happened or that happened, and they don't get condemned for it. They don't get told, oh, this is an auction, we don't need to talk about that. It's just they get acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people want. People want to get acknowledged and get recognized and know that they're worthy. You know what I'm saying? Just remember, God did not make junk. You're all special. Exactly. And I feel like when Josie and I do a special or like a live together, and we bring that encouragement and we bring that, hey, we all make mistakes. Some people cannot forgive themselves for something they think is so unforgivable. And I try to tell them, look, it's okay. It's not okay what you did, but it's okay to forgive yourself because you're not the only one that has done it. You didn't invent it. Whatever you've done, you didn't invent it because there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's already been done before. You didn't just happen that you started doing this and nobody else did it. And and because they can't get past forgiving themselves, they don't want to go on. And I feel like this program should be, yes, you can. You just because you've been knocked down, and just because the devil's lying to you, telling you that you can't be forgiven, which is a lie, don't mean that you can't go on and become what you want to become. And because I've always been the person that wanted to motivate people and encourage them to get out and do the things that they want to do, try new things. Fear is the opposite of faith. And where fear is, there can't be faith. And where faith is, there's no fear. So you got to overcome one or the other. They can't be in the same place at the same time. And I ordered this book. I thought I had it here at the house. James has looked for it for me. Taylor has looked for me. And I thought it was up above in my closet on the shelf because I have several books that I've read. And it's called Hind's Feet on High Places. So I ordered it from Amazon day before yesterday, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. And I'm going to read that book again. And it's about a deer, a DEER, that's crippled, that's climbing a mountain. And his partners on his journey is sorrow and sadness and sorrow. He takes up the mountain with him. But as he's going up the mountain, sorrow and sadness turns into grace and mercy and joy and happiness, because he's growing and he's healing. And it's an allegory is what it is. And I want to read it again. Every 5, 6, 7 years, I read this book over again, and it tells me something. I get something different out of it every time I read it. Okay, I get something different. Hey, Unimagic, how are you? Unimagic and I have a something in common. We both love Michael off Two Old Men's Vintage and Resale. We were picking at each other last night about how much we adored Michael. Out of the which I love Mark too. They're both cool guys. So she and I both love Michael. Smile. I'm so glad you made it, Unimagic. Oh, I have never understood, and I guess because I've always had an outgoing personality, I've never been, for lack of words, I know that's surprising to y'all, but I've always been a talker. I've always never been intimidated by people to try to make me feel like I was less than. I never was arrogant, about, oh, I'm something special. I never was like that. But you meet these people that try to make other people feel less than they do so they can make themselves feel better. So I never have been that type of person to let somebody make me feel like I don't meet up to their standard, but I've never made anybody feel that way either. And if I have, I've never meant to. And I don't really like to be around people that try to put other people down to make themselves look better. I love them. They're extra special in my heart. Yeah, I know they are. Hey, I love those guys too. They're so kind and cute. I know they are. Oh my gosh, I posted something about that on my personal Facebook page yesterday. Oh, I got to show y'all something. I got to show y'all something. All right, if y'all are friends with me on Facebook, y'all seen these, but I want to show y'all these. Hold on a minute. I got to show y'all something. Hold on. They had family portraits made because I got to show y'all something. That's Livy. Is she not a sweetheart? Look at this. Look at that. I could just eat her up. I could just eat her up. I get to see her on the 18th. Look at that Berkeley sky. Look at her. But they're on my Facebook page. I mean, it was like 80 of them. But let me get down here to where I was. Yeah, that was some good pictures. And Matt being a girl daddy, that was their last one. They're only gonna have two that they plan on. Now something may happen and it may be oh, we didn't mean that to happen. But I'd be just as happy if it happened again. You know what I'm saying? If it happened again, I'd be jumping up and down for joy. But Haley will be 34 years old in April, and she doesn't want to have any more, which I can't blame her. I didn't want to have any more children after 30. So I admire her for having another one after 30. But he knows he's just going to be a girl daddy. But he is a wonderful, wonderful girl daddy. I mean, he gives Berkeley undivided attention. I mean, he is excellent with her. Excellent. And I know he's going to be that way with Livy. But I'm going to tell y'all something. She is going to rock that house. Livy is. She is going to be the total opposite of Berkeley. I just have that feeling. And she's going to give them a run for their money. I have that feeling that she is. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Like I said, I hadn't seen them yet. I had my last one at 34. Yeah, Haley will be, Matt will turn 34 December 30th. Berkeley will turn 4 December the 30th, and Lincoln will turn 1 December 30th. And Haley will be 34 April the 30th. So, and I wished I could have had more afterwards. Y'all, okay, this is me. I'm just going to tell you. And y'all know my story about I didn't really want to have children when James and I got married. And I'm so thankful I did. And I'm so thankful I had more than one. But it is such a huge responsibility when you have another human life that you have to be responsible for. So all I could think of when James and I were having our children was, all right, we can give 2 more than we can give 3. And I didn't want to have a middle child. Did not want a middle child because I'm a middle child. James is a middle child. And let me tell you something. Middle child syndrome is a real thing. It is a very real thing. Okay? Most of the time, middle children are leaders, people that can teach people to compromise, try to bring people together to not argue, you know. That's the way middle children are. But we're also stubborn, hard-headed, demand a lot of attention. Now, middle children do demand a lot of attention. But that's because the oldest one is considered, oh, the first one born, you know, that means something. And then if you have one after the second child, which I was the second child, oh, they're the baby and the baby special and all this stuff. Well, then the one in the middle stuck. It doesn't really have an identity. Or you think you don't have an identity, which you really do. But my oldest is 36. My youngest just turned 30. Taylor turns 30 next June. And both of my children will be in their 30s. Uni Magic said, I hated being the oldest. Well, my sister and I are 22 months apart. It's my oldest sister, then it's me, and we are 22 months apart. Then came my brother, who was 18 months after me. And then 7 years after me, which would be like 6 or 5 years after my brother, my baby sister came, and she was what happened? She was that because they wasn't supposed to have another one. And then my baby sister came along. So my baby sister's 7 years younger than I am because she just turned 50 in September and I'm 57 and I'll be 58 in May. Was number 2 of 8 kids. Wait, I was number 2 of 8 kids. See, I'm number 2. I'm the number 2 child of 4. And Josie said, mine are 64 and 56. Wow. Her son is my age. Well, he's a year younger than I am because he's 56. I'm 57. And Uni said, I'll be 58 in February. I'll be 58 in May. And Ella will be 58 in March. So we were 67 babies. So that means Josie's son was a 68 baby. Is that right? Yeah, 68. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You'll be 64 in 9 weeks? No way. No way, Claudette. I don't know if y'all have ever seen pictures of Claudette besides just her picture that she has on YouTube. Claudette is a very, very attractive lady. Very pretty. Very pretty. Which I think so. Which I've always liked the dark hair, the dark tan. I've always been blonde, blue eyes, fair skin, which I could tan. but I really had to work at getting a tan. I mean, like really, really work. Where some people just has that natural, you know, that natural skin where it's gonna tan, and they can just be out in the sun. Like Berkeley, she can be out in the sun and she has a pretty olive color skin. And I think Libby's gonna be the same way. Josie said, I'm the old one. No, Josie looks really, and I'm not just saying this, Josie looks really, really nice. Because I can remember my grandmother at 83, and hands down, Josie. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my grandmother, but she doesn't look anything like Josie appears. You know what I'm saying? Like Josie wears the makeup and she wears the jewelry and she wears the tops. Have you ever noticed Josie's tops she wears on her channel when you go in there? She's always just real. She dresses really nice. I never really thought Josie was as old as she said she was, but she's like me. I don't mind telling my age. Some women, oh no, I can't tell my age. I don't mind. I'm so proud that I have lived another day. I don't care. Claudette said I've aged a lot. Yes, she is amazing. Oh my gosh. Yep. The last 4 years I've aged quick. Yeah. She said, I don't wear old lady clothes. Yeah. See, because I look back now and I think of my grandmother when she was in her 50s. Okay. Because I'm 57. My grandmother was one of those women that wore the bun in her hair and the apron and the house dresses. You know what I'm saying? And to me, she was always the same age for years. She looked like she just looked like she was a grandma for like 30 years and never really aged, because from her 50 till she got 80, she looked the same. She had gray hair, a bun in her hair, um, no makeup, wore those house dresses. Now, don't get me wrong, she looked presentable, but she didn't do the makeup thing or anything. It's like the wrinkle fairy came and smacked me upside the head with her wand. Y'all gonna laugh, but I have always used oh, olive oil on my face, always. And people will say, "Oh, Angie, you don't have very many wrinkles for your age." And I say, well, I contributed to the fact that I use olive oil, but I will tell you this. Over the last few years, I started getting the bag things under my eyes, the little sagging under my eyes. And I started using those little things you put under your eyes, the little pad things. I started using those so it would take the puffiness out of my eyes. But I know it has something to do with this autoimmune disease that I have, is the reason that I'm having, that I'm aging faster than I probably would have had this autoimmune disease not been active in my body. I should have started using something. I only use water. Angie, your skin is flawless. Well, like I said, I've used olive oil since probably I was in my 20s. And I wash and I put that on, and I don't know, it's just habit now. You know how you, just like me explaining on my video, I can't get in front of you all without my makeup. I'm not trying to be vain. I just can't. It's just part of who I am. My makeup is part of who I am. Yeah, I've used Pond's too, Josie. It's really good too. Yes, having a chronic illness catch up to you at some point, at least in my case. Yes. Yeah, olive oil. Yeah. I can't wear makeup, allergic to just about everything. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not. I keep trying to say to myself, am I vain? You know, um, that song was probably wrote about me. You know what I'm saying? That song about being vain. Um, yeah, stress. You're right. Stress can cause all kind of stuff. But my number 4 gossip video is coming out uh in a week or so. But I'm gonna do some of these ladies that don't have content on their channel, but they support other channels. A few of those ladies are going to be on that video because I think a lot of times that these people that support our channel that doesn't have content doesn't really get recognized like they should, because it's like Josie said, if it wasn't for y'all, we would not have a channel. If y'all didn't come in and watch us, then we would have no reason to have a channel. So there are, and I've counted them today, I think I have like 6 or 7 women that religiously follow my channel and my content, but they don't have any content on their channel. But they are great support. They watch my videos, they come into my live chat, they, and they need recognizing. So I'm going to recognize a few of them on my next gossip video. No, Angie, you worked every day and it was something you did every morning. Yeah. I was like that when I was younger. Makeup every day. After the cancer, no, nothing. Everything broke me out. Oh, Uni, I didn't realize you had cancer, honey. Templin said, able to follow the chat again. That's been happening to a lot of people on YouTube. That the chat has just been disappearing. I don't know what that's about. Angie, that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to get with Josie. We're gonna have to. It may have to be we start doing it after the first of the year. That way, that'll give us a chance to get everything finalized and decide what we want to do. And when we're going through the holidays, I mean, going through the holidays, visiting family, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, people having Christmas auctions. It's just going to be real busy. Maybe it can be something that we kick off the first of 2025. Maybe it can be something that could be for that. I think that would be fun for people to anticipate what's going to happen in 2025. I think that'd be a good thing. 13-year survivor so far. Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations, Uni. Congratulations. January is the most difficult month for so many. Well, we'll have to decide, which Josie and I talked some. We'll decide on when we want to do it. I'm just glad she's on board. I'm just glad she wants to do it. My husband has been clear for 9 years. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Yes, Uni, every day is a blessing. People do not get that. And I don't know how. And I say that so much, but I guess until you experience something and you go through something that almost takes you out of this world and you're no longer here and you realize just how short it is, you really can't grasp the thought of it happening, and you just think you're going to live forever, which we are, but I mean, not here. But people just, they don't get it. They don't get that every day they wake up, it's not something that's just given, that you just promise that. No. And that you should take it and cherish it and just live in peace as much as you can. Because I know in the world that we live in today, sometimes there's no way you can live in peace. Something's going to come along and upset the apple cart, But and just enjoy nature and laugh. I mean, there were years that I look back that I didn't even really laugh. you know. But I laugh more now since I've gotten this autoimmune disease. I laugh out loud more now than I did before I got down in my wheelchair. I mean, because I was so busy. And my grandmother would tell me, Angie, you're living life too fast. You need to slow down. You're not even paying attention to what's going on around you. And I would think, yes, I am. I know exactly what's going on around me. I know that I got to work, 2 children to take care of, a husband to take care of. My children have to be here, do this, do that. And the whole time not grasping what she was saying. And now that I'm older, I get it. And I'm thinking, she was throwing pearls out there to me, and I wasn't picking these pearls up. I was just letting her throw them all around me, and I wasn't picking them up. And I keep saying, people were throwing pearls out there to you. Pick these pearls up. And they just won't pick them up. Winter is hard for me. I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. You know, my son says that winter is not good for him. He does not do well in the winter. He gets more down in the winter than he does in the summer months. So that must be a real thing. When you're made to slow down, you start to realizing things and appreciate. Yes. And you said it right there, Uni, when you're made to slow down. Because a lot of us will not slow down until we are made to slow down. You know, my deal was our family had a certain lifestyle that we wanted to live. Okay. And we were caught up in that lifestyle. I worked at the bank. James worked at where he works now. We wanted to give our children everything that we didn't have. We wanted to be in the whatever group it is that you want to be in. I don't know what that is. We were real high up in the church. You know, we had this social group that we hung out with. I was went to all these things at the bank. They had parties and they had trips, and you know, and we went to all those, and by all accounts, we were living the life. It wasn't doing anything but draining us, and it was so superficial that I look back now and think, why did I waste 10 years of my life trying to be part of these people that I don't even like? I didn't even like them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't slow down until we're forced to. I got fired on Monday and I'm realizing this. Wait a minute, what? Oh, your life is fixing to change, Christina. You are fixing to do leaps and bounds for the good Lord. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, I don't know how you're looking at this that just happened Monday. I don't know how you're looking at it, like if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But I know that you're a Christian, and I know that there's something out there better than what you have. So I would just look at it like something good's fixing to happen. Something good is about to happen. Yes, younger, we rush through so much. We want everything quickly and then don't enjoy it. Yes. Vitamin D is important to take in the winter months. Low D will. Yes, Josie, that is so true because I have to take vitamin D by prescription because with an autoimmune disease, for some reason, it depletes the vitamin D out of you faster or more than if you didn't have a autoimmune disease. I don't know. That's part of it. But I say a lot of times I'm going to go outside and get some vitamin D, you know, get some sun. But you've got to have that vitamin D. Oh, let's see. I didn't want to hide that. Let's see. Doctor had me on vitamin D before. It really did help. Yes. I feel so I feel some type of way about it. I know something great's coming. You know, sometimes when things like that happen, God's moving you into something that's going to be really, really good. I know I had that happen to me one time, and I wasn't devastated because the Lord had been preparing me that it was going to happen for months. I already knew it was going to happen. And I didn't want it to happen, but it happened. And then as soon as it did, I felt like this weight had been lifted off me, that I just felt free. And then all these good things started happening. Oh, I take a B12 shot every week. 20 minutes on bare skin a day it is good. Yes. Yes, Christina. Yes. You have to get a good dose of vitamin D and vitamin C. Yes. There's an old saying, sometimes you have to go through hell to get to heaven. Yes. Yes. And you know, and I don't know if Josie and anybody, Christina, anybody else in the chat feel this way. Sometimes we wrestle so much and try to keep from receiving what God wants us to receive, to stay in the same place that we know that we shouldn't be. We know we shouldn't be there. We know that it's not good for us. We know that's not where God wants us to be. And we still are determined that we're going to prove God wrong. And that's where we're supposed to be. Just like me working at the bank for 10 years. The last 2 years that I worked there, I knew that wasn't where I was supposed to be. I knew that God didn't want me there. I knew it. But I kept going every day. Kept going, kept going. Finally, he said, okay, if you won't move, I'm going to move you. If you won't move and do it on your own, I'm going to move you. I'm going to let something happen that you're going to have to leave the bank. And he did. And once it was over, it was like, why didn't I do this years ago? Why did I stay there that long? Because I was so hard-headed. That's why. Oh, let's see. I knew it was coming too. The company has really changed. Yeah, I think God prepares you for things like that. Hey, Lena. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, you're still very sick. Oh, Lena, I've been praying for you. I've been praying for you, Lena. Yep, I should have quit months ago, but I know exactly what you're saying. That's the same way I was with the bank, because our family had a lifestyle. We thought we had to live up to that lifestyle. Your gossip video made me tear up. Oh, CJ, don't tell me that. You watched it? I meant every word I said about you, CJ. I meant every word. You know I love you. Oh, thank you for being you. I love you. Y'all, CJ is like my brother. I can't express to y'all how much, now that I don't have a brother in my life anymore, CJ he fills that spot for me. You know what I'm saying? Get well soon, Lena. The 3 parts of gossip videos are awesome. Yeah, I'm working on number 4 now. As I mentioned earlier, I'm working on number 4. I went into a live chat, and the lady said, "Oh, did you come in to gossip about me? I've been watching your gossip videos. When I first saw it, I thought, oh no, it's me. Angie's doing gossip videos. That doesn't sound like her." Well, I knew just as soon as I put that word gossip in that video that people were going to go, wait a minute, what? Gossip. What is this about? Because that's just our natural nature, is when somebody mentions gossip, it's like, wait, what? But my gossip and other people's gossip is not the same, you know. So once you go into the video, you realize, oh, wait a minute, this isn't like your normal gossip video. You know, this isn't like, let me tell you what she did, you know, and say something really bad. It's not like that. Claudette said, I knew it would be a good gossip. That's not your nature to do bad gossip. CJ said, I just did. Oh, I just want to hug CJ. That's the way I am with all y'all. If I met you all, I would just have to hug you all. That's all I'm saying. I would just have to give y'all a big hug and just, I would feel like I have known y'all for years. Like really, y'all have been like living next door to me. And we would just be bringing Sunday supper and lunch over to each other and sitting on the back porch drinking coffee or whatever. Yeah, don't forget to go over and visit CJ's channel. He had 2 live sales, maybe 3. No, I don't remember. 2 or 3 this past weekend. He's not going to have another one until December, I think. Some people are so used to getting the bad scoop that it's what they expect when they hear the word yes. Oh, Josie, you're so sweet. But I think number 4 is going to be really good too. I really want people to anticipate, oh, am I going to be in the next video? Because I'm going to get around to just about probably everybody that I go into their video. I'm going to get around to them. It's just a matter of what video they're going to come out on. But now when I go into, like I did Cajun Roots Johnny on the last one, and he said something in his morning chat about it. And now people are like, I wonder if I'm going to make the list. You know, now that they know it's good gossip and not bad gossip, it's like, oh, I want to make the list. I wonder if she's going to say something about my channel, you know. So I'm going to try to get around to everybody and say good things about everybody. That's what I want to do, which I never thought it would be such a great hit. I never really did. I was looking for something to do a video about because, you know, I can't do like some of you do unboxing videos. Lena does a lot of unboxings where she orders stuff. Josie does unboxing jewelry and stuff like that. Well, I don't have all that. And I thought I need a different type of video, you know, and it just came to me one day. I said, you know, I'm just going to gossip a little bit about these channels. Yeah, I think everybody needs to be encouraged, lift up, talk good about. You know, I don't think that you should be downing people. And, you know, I was always taught if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. You know, oh, it is. And that's what I said too, Uni. I said, how come it's so easy to dislike someone than it is to like someone? For some reason, we feel like it takes more energy to like someone, but it's real easy to dislike someone. You know, you can go in somewhere and say, oh, I don't like them. And then if you can get somebody else on board with that, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't like them either. And then you can just get all this energy from not liking somebody. But then when you start liking somebody, it's like it takes a lot of energy, which it shouldn't. It should be just the opposite. It should be real easy to like and love someone. It should be difficult for you to dislike someone, but that's not the way it is. It's weird. I'm not perfect, but I do try to do what I can to uplift. Yes. And I think people see that, Uni. People get that. They understand that. They get that from your channel and other channels immediately. And believe it or not, people sum you up within 2 or 3 videos that you do or live chats that they do. They sum you up quickly. You know, you think that they don't, but they do. They have an opinion of you one way or the other very quick. And once they have that opinion of you, it's hard to get, especially if it's negative. If they get a negative opinion about you, it's hard to get that for them to start seeing you in a positive light. You know, if they get that, if you start being nasty to people and ugly, it's hard to turn that around. You know, it's very hard to turn it around. I think about how it was when I started on YouTube. I had people saying some not so nice things, so I want others to be lifted up. Yes, yes, that's the way I feel. Well, I made a promise to myself when I started YouTube. I said, it doesn't matter to me if people come to my channel or not. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to try to hide anything. I'm not going to try to act like I'm something I'm not. I'm not going to lie about my lifestyle. I'm not going to try to act like I have all this money and you know, we do all these trips and we go here and we do that. And James and I have this perfect marriage and we never disagree. And, you know, we've been married 37 years and everything's been hunky dory. No, I said I was going to be real. And that's what I want to be. I don't want to be phony. Because once you start being phony, you have to stay that way. And it's hard to stay that way sometimes, you know. You want to share your joy, people, but some won't receive it. That they're lost. Yeah. Some people don't want joy. They don't know how to receive joy. They don't want happiness. Some people like to be sad. Some people like to be down. Some people like to be sick. Some people, I mean, that's what they thrive on. They thrive on the negative. And you can't change that. That's just who they are. And some people thrive on talking about other people and bringing their channel down. That's just what they do. You do, Josie, but you do it in a way. You do it in a way that people know that you say what you mean and you mean what you say and then you move on. It's not like you just linger with it and just continually keep going with it, beating what do they say, beating a dead horse in the ground. You know, you don't do that. You say what you want to say and you move on. And you can respect somebody like that. It's the ones that continue to, you know, keep bringing it up every time they go live, or they keep bringing up this person and they won't let it, you know, die down, and they just keep on and on. You know, that gets old. People get tired. I had to learn not to let them occupy space rent free in my head. I really let people get to me. Now I only care about the good people and the get those spaces in my I guess I'm a different type of person, but you have to have thick skin to be on YouTube. You really do. You have to have thick skin. Um, you have to realize that when people say things, if they say something that you know that's not you, I usually just laugh about it because I'm thinking, oh, you don't know me. I'm sorry you don't know me. You just don't know me. That's not who I am at all. I guess you have to really know who you are in order for it not to get to you. And I don't say that in a vain way or that I'm better than anybody, but you got to have the confidence to know that no matter what anybody says about you, that you know who you are. Well, hello, Patrick. I'm glad you're flying through. Thank you for, don't forget to give me one of these, everybody. Patrick's reminding us. Hope you're having a good afternoon, Patrick. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Denise's Magical Emporium. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that channel or not. Her mother passed away. And they were talking about it last night on Vintage Jules and Jim auction. And Denise was on there. And her mother was up in age, but I don't care how old you're, you know, if you're close to your mom, which I was not, you know, I don't care how old she would be. You don't want her to pass away. You know, you're sad. But just remember Denise in your prayers. She lost her mom. Oh, thank you, Lena. Thank you. Hey, Shanika, how are you? Welcome in. So glad you made it. Oh gosh, it was a big leap for me to do YouTube. I was scared to death. Social anxiety and panic attacks. I still fight it, but doing this has helped me immensely. Oh, you do great, Uni. Don't sell yourself short. Oh yeah, I love Josie's unboxing videos too. I love Denise too. Yeah. When I met her on the auction, and I say this in my gossip video when I mentioned her channel, I just felt like I knew her. I'm like, wait a minute, is she in my family tree? It was like we knew each other before. It's like I know her. If we met, that's what that's the way I felt about Denise. Shanika, I hope you're doing well today. I'm so glad you dropped by. We have the same birthday. Rock hound. We're both rock hounds. Well, I'm Taurus the bull. That's who I am. And they used to say that I was hard headed, bullheaded, that I was born in the right month because I'm gonna tell you what, I am very strong willed. But over the years, especially over I would say the last 10 years, I've softened up a lot. I am working, having a late lunch. Oh, well, you have a nice lunch, and I'm so glad you decided to spend some of it here. We both are rock. Oh, y'all like rocks. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. Because Denise does like rocks. I sent her some rocks in her last package. I do remember now. She does like rocks. She does. She does. Um, I ventured out. I was staying with just a few channels and not going to other, stepping out watching other channels. Especially when it come to auctions, I would stay on just a few and support them. And then I started going over and visiting other ones. So I got introduced to Vintage Jewels and Gems, Margie's, and I saw Lisa and Denise, and Michael comes on there with two old guys vintage and resale, which they have a sale now too. And I started going into theirs, and I thought, I've never even heard of some of these people. And I've gotten to know them, and it's so amazing. You sell yourself short by not going into other chats, getting to know other people, and trying to stick with just a few. And I know better than that because I'm the first to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. My hair. Look at my hair. Um, I washed my hair today. It's flying everywhere. But I know better than to put all my eggs in one basket. I made that mistake one time in my life, and I don't want to do that again. That was horrible. But for me, YouTube is just social media made for entertainment. Yes, Patrick. Yes. Um, for some people, it's not entertainment though. Some people really want it to make it through the day. You know, they want that connection with somebody. And what's so sad is when they get connected to somebody that is really using them, or they really don't like them, or they talk about them behind their back, or they're really not their friend, and they get betrayed. And that happens on YouTube. That other people take advantage of people and they get hurt. And I hate for that to happen. You know, I try to support all I can, but I've gotten crazy busy doing shows. I know now, Uni, when you start doing shows, and like you're doing, it's hard to get over to other people's channels. It's hard. My son loves collecting rocks by Lake Superior. Ooh, I bet he's got some pretty ones. So many neat ones on those beaches. I bet so. I would love to see some of them. I bet they're awesome. Um, for me, it gives me more interaction with others. We've moved to Arkansas from New Mexico 4 years ago. We really don't know anyone out here. Wow. I've only ever lived in Mississippi. I've only ever lived in this small town except for seventh, eighth, ninth, 4 years. We lived in Jones County where my cousin Bo lives. And I was in the seventh grade up to the 10th grade. Going into the 11th grade, we moved back here. And I've lived here ever since. I've never lived in another state. Now, I've been on vacation in other states, but I've never experienced another state, never experienced another town. Everybody knows me here. I can't go anywhere that I don't know somebody. And most of the time, I'm related to them. Um, I only live about 40 miles from where I grew up. I always wanted to move and be able to go somewhere where I would not see somebody that I knew, or even go into a church where I didn't know everybody and they wasn't related to me. You know what I'm saying? Just to start all over again. I used to want to do that when I was in my late 30s and 40s. I don't want to do that now. I have no desire to do that now. But back then I did. My reasoning behind that, yes, we can make great long lasting friendships. However, when you run into the bad, much like a television, you can turn it off. Basically, take what you need, leave the toxic. Yes, Patrick. Yes, I totally agree with that. I agree with it. I agree with that. We switched churches, didn't know anyone, or so we thought. Yeah, there you go. There were a few families with the same last name that were distant cousins. I know you can't go anywhere that you're probably not related to someone. Have you ever been on vacation in another state and meet someone from your town? Now that's weird. That is weird when that happens. Hello, beautiful. And is that Mark and Mike? Michael? We were just talking about y'all. Yeah, we were gossiping about you two. Yes, we were. We were saying how nice and beautiful and handsome and kind and wonderful y'all are. Yeah, we were. We were saying how much that we loved and adored you two guys. Um, I know, don't get the big head. Don't get the big head. Be humble. Be humble. Mike has a really good sense of humor. And Mark, what is so amazing about it is Mark kind of balances Michael's humor. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that they've been around each other for years and they just feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? If y'all haven't been over there to their channel, y'all are missing out. They are amazing. I love them. Oh, you were lying. Now, I'm just saying through my eyes what I see. I went to the mall and Ray ran into someone he hadn't seen in years. That happens to him a lot. I know, it's weird. Like my son lives in Louisiana now. And I think back, you know what? I never thought I'd have a child that would live in another state, especially Louisiana, knowing that's where James was raised in Louisiana and he got away from there. Because I'm going to tell you, Louisiana is not an easy state to live in. I mean, these people, when they go to a college football game out of town to another college, they buy the whole town out of beer and alcohol. That's just how they roll. Okay. So I definitely did not want to live in a state that they're known for buying the whole town out of alcohol when it comes to a college football game. Did not want to live there and did not want to raise children there. But and he moved there and they love it there. But out of both my children, I would have thought my daughter would have lived in Louisiana and not my son. Because my daughter loves LSU. Matt graduated from the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss. He didn't care for LSU. Oh, I love y'all too. And if I ever meet y'all, I'm going to hug y'all. So y'all get ready. Y'all going to get a hug. I'll just sit in the corner and adore them from afar. Or Angie might have to warn me. Yeah, you stay away, Uni. Stay away, Uni. We can share them, Uni. We can share. But what I like about the people that's in the community that I'm in, they're all very kind, but don't tick them off because they can let you know how they feel in a heartbeat, which is only right. I mean, if you poke a bear enough, they're gonna fight back. I don't have a problem with that. Say what you want to say and move on. But most of the time, it's real calm. You do have the little, like brother and sister kind of, you wake up, or either with your spouse, um, you wake up some mornings, like some mornings James wakes up and I wake up and I'm going, have I really been here 37 years? If I would have been sentenced to 35 years of prison time, my sentence would be up right now. But no, I've got 37 years into this. And then I just turn over like, I cannot believe I've been in this 37 years. And then some mornings I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, this is my husband. It just depends on the mood I'm in. And the same thing with him. And if people want to act like they have this great thing going on and they never argue or have a disagreement with their significant other, write a book because I want to know about it. Because I have never heard of that. I mean, I'm under the impression you have to have a misunderstanding to get to an understanding. And James and I have had many misunderstandings because, like I said, I'm a middle child. He's a middle child. So you can imagine when we clash, we clash. But we stick it through and we come out stronger on the other side, you know? But there are some, I'm a hugger too. However, it did get me in trouble last week. You are so crazy. Hey, I want them to. We'll share, Claudette. We'll share. There's enough of them to go around. We'll share. Um, People, they would always tell me at church, uh, oh, James is so sweet. I just love him. Oh, he's this and he's that. And he is that. I got to admit, he is exactly what they said. But I'd look at him and I'd go, you don't live with him. You don't live with him. You don't. He has a side of him that is not very pretty, which we all do. And I see that side because you really don't know somebody until you live with them. And you got to love them in order to live with them. As long as James and I have been together. I mean, we hadn't stayed together for 37 years just because we felt like we had to. I mean, our children have been gone now. Taylor graduated in 2013. Matt graduated in 2009. I mean, if we were just staying together for the children, we could have been apart years ago, you know? So, but that doesn't mean we hadn't had disagreements because we have. I mean, some days I just want to pinch his head off. And I don't want him around me, you know? And I call my daughter up and go, come get your daddy. Come get him. Because if you don't come get him, you're going to be in the emergency. He's going to be in the emergency room. And he says the same thing about me. I don't know what I'm going to do with your mama. Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do with your mama. But we laugh it off and go on, you know. Well, we don't laugh about it at the time because it's very serious. And, well, it's serious to us. And then I look back on it and think, well, that was so silly. Why did I get that upset about that? That is not even something to get upset about. I'm so glad y'all came in here today to spend time with me. My show comes on tonight. The new Matlock with Kathy Bates. I'm all up in that. And then Yellowstone starts Sunday. The final 5 episodes of Yellowstone. So I'm looking forward to that. I know I'm old. My grandmother used to say, "Oh, I got to go watch Matlock," with Andy Griffith. And I'd think, she lives a boring life. And now I'm there. I am where she was. Because I'm saying, "Oh, I'm looking forward to Matlock." If I had $1 for every time I say that, come get your daddy. I know. I do. I'll call Taylor up sometimes and I'll say, "Taylor." And she'll say, "Mama." And I'll say, "Girl, I can't take it. You got to come get him." And she'll just start laughing. "What'd he do, Mama? What'd he do?" And I'll start telling her what he did. And she'll go, "Mama, now why did you get so upset about that? I wouldn't even have let that bother me." And I'm thinking, okay, you stay married 37 years and then you come back and tell me that, okay? Because she hadn't been married, but they got married in 2017. She's only been married 7 years. Both of my children got married in 2017. I had 2 weddings in 2017. Thank goodness I didn't have 3 children. Matt got married in January of 2017, and Taylor got married in May of 2017. I'll be busy tonight with Angela selling hubby will be watching whatever sports is on. Well, I'm probably going to be up there visiting some on with y'all uni. Thank you everyone for being here in the neighborhood. Hope you enjoyed your snacks. I know Angie enjoyed y'all here. Have a good night all. It's almost time. It's been a couple hours. I don't like to stay on here past a couple of hours a week. I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for spending time with me. Love you. Bye, neighbor.